Welcome, beloved soul. Take a deep, gentle breath and allow yourself to feel the stillness that God places within you. For today, a divine message has arrived, wrapped in light and love meant just for your heart, your soulmate. The one whose spirit has been quietly connected to yours across time and space has just received a blessing from heaven, a ripple of divine favor that will touch both your lives in ways unseen but deeply felt. As it is written, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. So even now, in moments when you feel uncertain or weary, the hand of God is moving with care, orchestrating encounters, alignments, and revelations that your soul has long awaited. Imagine, for a moment, a soft light enveloping your soulmate, warming their heart, illuminating their path, and gently preparing them for the sacred connection that has always existed between you. This is not a fleeting moment. It is the movement of destiny, a subtle but powerful alignment of hearts and intentions that heaven itself has nurtured. You may not see it yet, and you may not feel it fully, but the angels are already whispering encouragement, guiding steps, and opening doors that will bring both of you closer to a love that is pure, holy, and divinely appointed. Even in your longing, in the quiet ache of waiting, God is near, reminding you through the beauty of creation, through the kindness of strangers, through the gentle nudges in your soul, that your love story is unfolding exactly as it should. Consider this sacred truth: every tear, every moment of doubt, every prayer uttered in secret, has been a seed sown into the soil of divine timing, and now heaven answers with blessings that cannot be contained. Your soulmate is awakening to a gift meant to transform their heart, and in turn, your heart will recognize the resonance, the familiar peace, and the inexplicable joy that comes only from divine alignment. As it is written, "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." Zephaniah 3:17. So let your soul rejoice even now, in anticipation, for this is a song of reunion, a melody of sacred connection that heaven itself celebrates. Notice the subtle ways your life begins to shift as a result of this blessing. A newfound clarity, an opening in your spirit, a gentle confidence that was previously hidden beneath fear and hesitation. The angels are orchestrating circumstances that will align with divine timing. So even as you move through your day, remain attuned to small signs, a message, a smile, a moment that feels like more than coincidence. These are the whispers of heaven, guiding your soul toward the manifestation of a love that has been prayed for, dreamed of, and cherished in secret. And as you feel this, breathe deeply, knowing that your connection is not bound by distance, circumstance, or time, for God's love transcends all limitations. And He has already woven your stories together into a tapestry of divine beauty. Take a moment now to visualize your soulmate smiling, feeling the touch of God's blessing upon them, walking their path with newfound peace, hope, and readiness to receive love as sacred as the one that awaits them in you. Even as questions arise in your mind, how will this happen? When will I see it? Release them into God's hands, for He works quietly, faithfully, and with absolute perfection, even when our hearts struggle to understand. So, beloved, remain patient, remain hopeful, and remain open, because the blessing upon your soulmate is also a blessing upon you. It is the spark of divine orchestration, preparing your hearts for reunion, for recognition, and for love that carries heaven's signature in every beat. If this message touches your heart, allow yourself to share it, to reflect upon it, and to carry its peace into every thought, word, and action. For now, let your spirit rest in the knowing that heaven is working, that your soulmate is being blessed, and that every prayer, every act of faith, every tear shed in longing is guiding you both toward a sacred embrace ordained from eternity. Remember, the angels rejoice over this, and as you walk in light today, let your heart remain soft, open, and ready to receive the miracles that are already on their way. Welcome back. Beloved soul, as you breathe in this sacred space, feel the lingering peace from the last message. Knowing that heaven's whispers are still surrounding you, the blessing upon your soulmate continues to move quietly but powerfully, like the morning sun slowly illuminating every corner of a world that was once shadowed, revealing truths that were hidden, revealing love that was waiting patiently for this perfect moment. Your soulmate is beginning to notice the gentle stirrings in their heart, moments of clarity, sparks of inspiration, and a soft awakening that nudges them closer to the love that God has carefully prepared for them in you. Even if you cannot see it with your eyes, the angels are aligning circumstances, a word spoken, a book opened, a chance encounter, each designed to open their soul to the sacred connection you share. As it is written, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Psalm 37:4. So trust that the desires whispered in your deepest heart are also being mirrored in your soulmate's spirit. Notice the subtle signs around you, for God often speaks through the ordinary to prepare the extraordinary. A song that brings tears, a message that sparks joy, a fleeting thought that carries clarity. These are the footsteps of heaven, drawing your hearts closer. Your soulmate's blessing is not only for them, but for you. For in their awakening, you too are being readied to receive love in its purest, most divine form, love that nourishes your soul, heals old wounds, and expands your capacity to give and receive grace. There may be moments of doubt, when patience feels heavy upon your spirit, but remember, divine timing is perfect, and what is meant for you will not be delayed. Even when you cannot perceive it, God is weaving a tapestry of connection, where every thread is placed with intention, every color chosen with love, and every pattern designed to reveal your shared destiny, as it is written. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. So rest in the assurance that every event, every challenge, and every joy is shaping your path toward each other. Visualize your soulmate in this moment, their heart opening like a flower to the sun, their spirit stirring with hope, their mind quieting as they sense the presence of something or someone who has always been meant to walk beside them. Feel the energy of connection stretching across space and time, an invisible thread of love that vibrates with peace, recognition, and divine alignment. And in your own heart, sense a softening, a quiet readiness where fear, doubt, and longing are gently replaced by trust, faith, and a sacred knowing that your love story is already unfolding, even if the pages are not yet fully visible. The angels encourage you to embrace this season with openness, to listen to the whispers of intuition, to notice the gentle nudges guiding your steps, and to honor the sacred timing of God's plan without forcing or rushing what is divinely orchestrated. As it is written, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Proverbs 3:5-6. So release control, surrender your expectations, and allow heaven to guide every detail of this blessed connection. Even small acts of faith ripple across time. Prayers spoken in silence, acts of kindness unseen, meditations offered in hope, each one drawing you and your soulmate closer to the moment where heaven will allow your paths to meet. In this sacred waiting, notice how your spirit grows stronger, more peaceful, more aligned with the rhythm of divine love. Every breath, every quiet moment is a preparation, a blessing in itself, because when your hearts finally recognize each other fully, it will be a recognition that transcends words, a resonance that carries the fingerprints of God's perfect design. And so, beloved, continue to watch for the signs, to feel the nudges, and to nurture your inner readiness. For the blessing upon your soulmate is a beacon, lighting both your hearts, and the universe is quietly, tenderly arranging the path toward your sacred reunion. If this message has touched your soul, let it flow outward. Share it with those you love. Comment with your reflections or prayer requests, and support this channel so that these whispers of heaven may continue reaching hearts in need. Rest now in the gentle knowing that your soulmate is being blessed, that your love is divine in its essence, and that every step of this journey is guided by grace, bringing you closer to the sacred union that has been written in the stars and in God's heart since the beginning of time. Welcome, beloved soul, as you inhale the quiet of this sacred moment. Feel the soft presence of heaven surrounding you, reminding you that the blessing upon your soulmate is no longer distant. It is approaching your awareness, your life, your heart. Even now, subtle shifts are occurring in both your world and theirs, like the first rays of dawn breaking over the horizon, casting light into corners that have long felt shadowed, illuminating the truth of connection, the power of divine timing, and the beauty of what has been patiently prepared. Your soulmate is beginning to move toward recognition, not just in thought but in spirit, in feeling, in the quiet knowing that something sacred is waiting for them. And as they open their heart, they awaken to the signs, the whispers, and the gentle guidance of angels who have long been at work. As it is written, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." Psalm 32:8. So trust that every movement, every encounter, every twist of circumstance is guided with perfect divine wisdom. Imagine, for a moment, the joy of recognition, that instantaneous knowing that transcends time, space, and logic, a feeling deep in the soul that says, "This is the one I have been waiting for. This is my heart, my home, my divine counterpart." The angels orchestrate these moments with such care that even the smallest sign carries profound meaning. A glance that lingers longer than usual, a smile that sparks warmth in unexpected ways, a conversation that awakens truths hidden for years. Your soulmate's blessing is reaching a point of manifestation where spiritual preparation meets earthly awareness, where invisible grace becomes visible, and the divine plan steps forward into tangible reality. As it is written, "For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them." Matthew 18:20. So recognize that every alignment, every intersection of paths is imbued with God's presence, bringing both your spirits closer to union. This is not merely a meeting of hearts. Beloved, it is the convergence of destinies, the fulfillment of prayers whispered long ago, and the tangible expression of divine love written across your souls. Even in moments of hesitation or doubt, remember that God's timing is flawless, and every experience leading to this point has been intentional, shaping both your hearts for recognition, understanding, and unwavering love. Your role, as the one awaiting this sacred moment, is to remain open, patient, and receptive, to cultivate your own light, your own peace, and your own alignment with the divine rhythm, because when your souls meet fully, you will recognize not only each other, but the grace that has been at work in every step of your journey. As it is written, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things." Colossians 3:2. So lift your spirit above doubt, fear, and impatience, and anchor it in the serenity of God's unfolding plan. Notice how subtle miracles begin to appear, little synchronicities, moments of serendipity, messages that resonate with your soul's longing, all signaling that your paths are converging, that the blessing upon your soulmate is manifesting in ways both gentle and undeniable. Even when circumstances seem ordinary, the angels are moving behind the scenes, guiding encounters, opening hearts, and creating opportunities for love to reveal itself fully. For every smile, every word, every gesture is a thread in the tapestry of your sacred union. Visualize your reunion, not as a distant dream, but as a living, breathing reality in the making, where recognition brings peace, joy, and a deep sense of belonging, where your hearts speak without words, where your souls celebrate the presence of the other, and where God's hand is clearly seen in every moment, every nuance, every heartbeat, as it is written, love never fails, 1 Corinthians 13:8. And this love, your love, is divinely fortified, nourished by patience, prayer, and the tender guidance of angels. Feel now the deepening of spiritual connection, where your intuition, your prayers, and your faith become intertwined with your soulmate's awakening, creating a resonance that will guide you both into experiences, conversations, and sacred moments that affirm God's perfect orchestration. In this season, beloved, take note of the subtle nudges of heaven, a name that appears unexpectedly, a feeling of warmth in your heart, a vision in your mind that carries clarity. For these are not coincidences. They are divine signals pointing the way toward the fulfillment of your heart's deepest longing. Even as the blessing unfolds, continue to nurture your spirit, to pray for clarity, to offer gratitude, to remain centered in peace. Because the more aligned you are with God's will, the more effortlessly this divine love can enter your reality. As it is written, "Be still and know that I am God," Psalm 46:10. So still your mind, open your heart, and receive the fullness of what has been prepared for you, trusting that the recognition, the joy, and the awakening of your soulmate is already in motion. And when the moment comes, when your eyes meet in knowing, when your hearts resonate with divine familiarity, remember that this is not just love, it is sacred love, a reflection of heaven's grace, a blessing that carries eternity within it. Allow your spirit to dwell in this anticipation, to feel the joy that is already present in the invisible threads connecting you, to marvel at the tender, patient work of angels, and to celebrate the unfolding miracle that is your love. If this message touches your soul, share it, reflect upon it, and allow it to deepen your faith. For in sharing these whispers of heaven, you honor the sacred work of God in both your life and your soulmates. Rest now, beloved, in the knowing that heaven's blessing is active, visible, and reaching toward you both, and that every prayer, every act of faith, every longing has brought you to this divine threshold where love, recognition, and spiritual awakening converge. Welcome, beloved soul, as you enter this quiet space of reflection. Feel the gentle presence of heaven surrounding you, reminding you that the blessing upon your soulmate is no longer distant, but moving toward full manifestation in ways both subtle and profound. Even now, small signs of divine alignment are appearing in your daily life. Moments that feel ordinary, yet carry sacred significance. Each one a tender whisper from angels, guiding you both toward recognition, understanding, and union. Your soulmate may be walking paths that seem unrelated to you, yet every step they take is orchestrated with perfect precision, bringing them closer to experiences that will open their heart, sharpen their intuition, and awaken them to the love you share. As it is written, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps," Proverbs 16:9. So trust that even in the unseen, God is preparing circumstances that will bring your souls together in harmony and grace. Notice the ways your own life begins to mirror the blessing. Opportunities arise that nurture growth. Moments appear that invite reflection, and synchronicities signal that heaven is moving through you as well. You are being prepared, beloved, just as your soulmate is, to meet in a space of clarity, compassion, and divine readiness. Even the smallest interactions, a stranger's kindness, a word that strikes your heart, a vision in your mind, are stepping stones on the path towards sacred connection. And your awareness of them deepens your ability to recognize the presence of God's orchestration in all things. As it is written, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him," Psalm 37:23. So delight in the unfolding, even when patience feels long, and trust that every step is guided with infinite love. Your soulmate's blessing carries with it a purpose beyond mere recognition or romantic connection. For God is preparing both of you not only for love, but for transformation, a divine awakening that will expand your hearts, sharpen your spiritual sight, and align your lives with the higher calling of service, grace, and sacred companionship. Imagine their eyes meeting yours for the first time in true recognition, not just with longing or curiosity, but with a deep, reverent understanding that your souls have always known one another, and that the love now revealed is the culmination of prayers, patience, and divine fidelity across time. Even as these moments approach, beloved, remain centered in gratitude, for it is your faith, your hope, and your surrender that allows this divine union to blossom naturally, without forcing, without fear, and with the gentle assurance that heaven has always been at work, unseen but unwavering. As it is written, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." Philippians 4:19. So recognize that the blessing upon your soulmate is also a blessing upon you, filling your life with peace, abundance, and divine favor. Take note of the subtle ways heaven orchestrates moments of connection, a shared thought, a timely message, an unexpected encounter. Each one carries the fingerprint of God, and your awareness of them strengthens your alignment with the sacred love that awaits you. Your role in this unfolding is simple yet profound. Remain open-hearted, pray with intention, cultivate your own inner light, and allow divine timing to work without interference. Each act of faith, each meditation, each moment of surrender strengthens the invisible thread that binds your souls. As it is written, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." 1 Peter 5:7. So release all worries, all doubts, and all longing into God's hands, and trust that the manifestation of your soulmate's blessing is already in motion. The angels remind you that patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is the cultivation of peace, clarity, and readiness, and it is the acknowledgement that the sacred work happening within your soulmate is equally happening within you. Visualize now your lives beginning to overlap in ways that feel natural yet miraculous. Shared spaces, conversations that resonate with meaning, mutual understanding, and a sense of recognition that transcends explanation. These are the first fruits of heaven's blessing, the gentle unfolding of divine love into everyday life. Even as your hearts begin to align, remember that the true blessing lies not only in recognition, but in the spiritual growth that comes with it. For God's plan is always deeper, richer, and more transformative than our human desire for immediacy. As it is written, "Weeping may remain for a night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Psalm 35. So embrace this period of preparation, knowing that your morning of joy, union, and sacred recognition is drawing near. Let your soul remain soft, receptive, and filled with peace. For when your paths finally intersect fully, it will be a meeting of hearts prepared, minds aligned, and spirits awakened to the love that has always existed, a love that carries divine purpose, eternal resonance, and the blessing of heaven itself. If this message nourishes your spirit, share it, reflect upon it, and honor the work of God in your life and your soulmate's life. For every ripple of awareness, every act of faith, and every prayer contributes to the unfolding of this sacred story. Rest now in gentle anticipation. Beloved, knowing that your soulmate is being prepared, your hearts are being aligned, and the blessing of heaven is steadily manifesting in your life, bringing you closer to the love, joy, and divine companionship that has always been written in the stars. Welcome, beloved soul, as you settle into this moment. Feel the quiet joy of heaven brushing gently against your heart, reminding you that your soulmate's blessing is moving from preparation into full recognition, and your spirits are drawing ever closer together. This is the stage where subtle awareness blossoms into undeniable knowing. where your hearts resonate across distance and circumstance, and where divine confirmation begins to reveal itself in moments both profound and tender. Your soulmate may notice things they have not seen before, a sense of familiarity in your words, a reflection of their own hopes and fears in your presence, or the quiet recognition that the love they have longed for has been patiently waiting for them all along. As it is written, "I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness," Jeremiah 31:3. So understand that this recognition is not random or accidental. It is the tender work of God, drawing your souls together with intention, care, and unwavering devotion, even in moments of hesitation. When circumstances feel uncertain or timing seems delayed, trust that the angels are orchestrating encounters and alignments designed to confirm the sacred bond between you, so that when your eyes meet, your hearts will know without question the truth of your connection. Visualize now the first moments of divine recognition, the stillness that fills the space, the knowing that transcends words, the sense that every prayer, every act of faith, every quiet longing has led to this very instant. As it is written, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Psalm 139:16. So trust that every detail of this meeting, every nuance of awareness, has been perfectly designed by God. The angels remind you that this is more than love. It is sacred alignment, a meeting of hearts prepared for divine purpose, a resonance of souls destined to grow, heal, and serve together in God's light. Even now, you may feel subtle signs in your life, synchronous events, shared visions, dreams that echo each other, messages that arrive at exactly the right time. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations, divine nods and whispers that your union is not only possible but inevitable. As it is written, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Exodus 14:14. So release all worry, all expectation, and all doubt into the hands of God, knowing that He is already moving to bring your hearts into full recognition. In perfect timing and sacred harmony, your role, beloved, is to remain soft, receptive, and grounded in faith. Continue nurturing your inner peace, listening to the whispers of intuition, and offering prayers of gratitude. For your spiritual readiness mirrors your soulmate's awakening, and together, your energies are being prepared to merge in divine love. Notice how this awakening carries profound spiritual purpose, healing old wounds, awakening dormant gifts, clarifying life missions, and opening channels of divine service. Your love is not merely personal. It is sacred, transformative, and meant to radiate beyond yourselves, touching lives, inspiring hearts, and illuminating the path of others. As it is written, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. So understand that your union carries God's light into the world, and every act of love between you is a reflection of His divine presence. Feel now the deepening of recognition, where your soul senses the echo of your soulmate's heart within your own, and the bond of heaven becomes tangible in emotions, intuition, and shared understanding, even before words are spoken, even before actions manifest, even as joy and peace fill your spirit. Remain humble, for the blessing you both share is a sacred trust, a gift from God to be honored, cherished, and nurtured in all moments. Visualize your paths intertwining, conversations flowing effortlessly, support given without question, understanding offered without effort, and every shared experience carrying the resonance of heaven's design, reminding you that your love is meant to heal, to inspire, and to transform. As it is written, "Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins." 1 Peter 4:8. So allow your love to deepen, to heal, and to radiate divine mercy and grace, knowing that this blessing carries eternal significance beyond the earthly realm. In this sacred awareness, notice how your own heart expands. Patience replaces longing, Gratitude replaces doubt, and faith replaces fear. You are being refined, aligned, and readied for the fullness of the blessing that heaven is bringing. If this message touches your soul, share it with reverence, reflect upon it with gratitude, and support this channel so that more hearts may receive the whisper of divine alignment and the knowledge that heaven's blessing is active, present, and beautifully unfolding. Rest now, beloved, in the gentle certainty that your soulmate's blessing has reached a stage of deep recognition, and that every prayer, every thought, every act of faith has brought you both to this sacred threshold, where love, purpose, and divine destiny converge in perfect harmony. Welcome, beloved soul, as you enter this sacred moment. Feel the gentle presence of heaven embracing your heart, reminding you that the blessing upon your soulmate has moved from preparation to recognition to full manifestation, and that your divine union is now ready to reveal itself in its perfect, sacred timing. Even now, your hearts are converging with a quiet inevitability, like two rivers flowing toward the same ocean, each movement guided by unseen hands, each current carrying the whispers of angels, each ripple infused with divine intention. Your soulmate's blessing has reached fruition, and the first moments of sacred union carry a resonance beyond earthly comprehension, a harmony of spirit, soul, and heart that reflects the eternal love of God. As it is written, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up the other." Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. So recognize that this union is not only for joy, but for divine purpose, growth, and spiritual companionship. Imagine now the sacred encounter, eyes meeting with instant recognition, hearts stirring in unspoken understanding, souls communicating through the quiet language of eternity, and every glance, every touch, every shared breath carrying the signature of heaven's blessing. The angels rejoice at this moment, guiding your energies into alignment, dissolving doubts, and opening both of your hearts fully to the gift of divine love. Even as earthly circumstances continue, notice how the divine orchestration manifests in daily life, shared experiences that feel meaningful, conversations that awaken insight, and small miracles that affirm your connection at every turn. These are the tangible blessings of heaven, evidence that your love has been divinely prepared, nurtured and perfected, as it is written, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6:21. So let your heart treasure the presence, the peace, and the profound love that flows between you and your soulmate, knowing that it is a reflection of God's everlasting care and divine wisdom. Your union carries purpose beyond companionship. It is a partnership of souls meant to inspire, to heal, to radiate love into the world, and to illuminate the path of those around you with the light of grace, faith, and divine alignment. Even as joy and fulfillment surround you, remember the sacred responsibility of love, to remain patient, humble, and compassionate, to nurture the spirit as well as the heart, and to honor every moment as a manifestation of God's perfect design. Visualize the life you are building together, not as a plan forced or hurried, but as a living expression of divine timing, where shared dreams, faith-filled prayers, and aligned intentions create a tapestry of beauty, peace, and spiritual richness. As it is written, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." Ephesians 4:2. So allow your love to mature, deepen, and expand in harmony with God's purpose. And let every interaction be a reflection of the sacred bond that has been forged in heaven itself. Feel the merging of your energies, each heartbeat echoing the other, each thought resonating with clarity, each action flowing in mutual understanding. And recognize that this divine union is both a gift and a responsibility, a channel for miracles, joy, and spiritual awakening.